What's up? This is KLX boy here, and I'm gonna do something a little weird today. Because normally I only make these videos, these type of videos, when I take long stints of time off in between uploads. But there's been quite a bit of things going on in my life in the last 2 months. My life's been turned upside down, so I haven't really been taking much time to make any new content lately. Like, I've posted a couple of Scrandy Squad episodes in the last 2 months because I already had the content recorded, back in May, so it was easy to just, throw those together real quick. But just like the title of this video is gonna be, that I lost my fucking job. And this job I've had for 8 years, so it was kind of a heavy blow. And I'm still technically employed, but I'm going to get into all of that. The casino I worked at, the tribal government, they are fucking retarded. That's the best way to put it. They ran their government illegally, and the federal government no longer recognized them as a legitimate tribe anymore. And under that kind of non-recognition, they can't legally run and operate a gaming casino. Well, the problem is I work at that fucking casino, so it was shut down immediately, right then and there. As soon as the feds finally stepped in, what they ended up doing is they're in the middle of this lawsuit that they've had running for the last several years. I think it dates back to like 2012. But they've been trying to kick out a bunch of tribal members, and the current tribal government, like the chairman and all the councilmen, in the middle of this massive lawsuit, they had to have a tribal election because their term was over. And instead of actually doing it properly, they decided to say, fuck it. We're just going to leave things as is, which is, in the long run, what lost them their tribal recognition from the federal government. So, the current tribal chairman, he's been wrongfully in the seat of power for several years too long. Let's just go with that. And the trickle-down effect was that when the casino closed, I got a phone call. I didn't even know about it. My girlfriend at the time, I woke up and I saw a message on my phone. Oh my God, did you see what happened? I was like, what the fuck? And she sent me a newspaper article describing exactly what I just told you. So that was quite the shock. And I ended up just getting a phone call to come in to do the revenue collection out of all the slot machines that night. Because they ended up closing at 6 in the evening on June 16th, when we normally close at like 3 in the morning, so I literally was in and out of there in 2 hours. So, what have I been doing since in the meantime? Well, I'm still technically employed there. The first week, they didn't have any of the hourly employees coming in at all, but then following that, they've been giving us all 20 hours a week, whether it be vacation or worked hours. And I work security there. I've mentioned that several times before. See, my job is the most secure when it comes to the casino being closed, because irregardless, there has to be surveillance and there has to be security there at all times, as long as that building is basically existing. And for security, they'll just throw us in our dispatch office, which we operate all the doors to let people in the building and watch security cameras, and we still write incident reports and shit. So that's still going on, and sometimes I get scheduled like about 2 days a week, and that went on for like the first month. But after that, as you can imagine, you know, a small local casino, they really don't make a whole lot of money. And you know, the casino, they're still paying all their bills. They still have labor, the electrical bill, the mortgage, everything. They still have everything they have to pay for. So with no revenue coming in, you know, they're really starting to crunch on letting people work. But luckily, this has been my only saving grace to actually maintain some kind of income from them, is the fact that in that time frame of the casino being closed, a majority of the hourly employees have quit and found other jobs. So when you're not paying an additional like 50 people 20 hours a week, and there's only a small little group of you left, they really can't stretch out how many people they can keep paying. And me personally, for the last has it been 2 or 3 weeks? I don't even remember anymore. Feels like it's been forever. I have been on forced vacation, because if anybody who's currently working there has available vacation time, instead of giving us worked hours, we've been on 20 hours of forced vacation, which I'm not gonna lie, has actually been fucking awesome. Okay, like, I'm an extremely financially wise person, and I describe myself as a financial dragon, because, you know, I made not even $1 over minimum wage all these years, and I've been able to do everything that I have in life. You know, I own my own house, I own 5 vehicles. I mean, there's nothing I've ever not wanted to do that I couldn't do because of financial reasons. You know, and this has had no effect on me whatsoever, because I'm extremely financially wise with what I'm doing. And with 20 hours a week, I mean, that only cuts me down to 50% of my income from the casino. They also let us collect unemployment under a work share program, which is really interesting, because I don't even have to look for a job. I mean, can you ask for better? You're getting free money on top of money, and you don't even have to look for a job under an employment. That doesn't really happen. So that's been actually great. And on top of that, this whole time that I've basically been an adult, I've always donated plasma on the side, which is an additional $270 a month. So frankly, I've actually been living it the fuck up. You know, it would be wise of me to go find a new job. You know, I've gotten a few offers to other places, a few other casinos that run security. They've gotten a hold of me and they've offered me a job. But honestly, since the week that the casino closed, the weather has been absolutely phenomenal. Okay, I mean, it's rained 2 times since June. Okay, so given that, you know, I haven't gotten to spend much time actually riding my motorcycles. Like last season, I put 2,000 miles on my KLX, like all together. That I would consider an embarrassment. So, you know, I'm really just trying to take advantage of this time frame to really just enjoy myself. I'm not even going to think about looking for a job until probably September, because frankly, I'm having way too much fun. And then on top of that, another subject to my life update. It was 2 weeks after the casino shut down. Me and the girl I was dating at the time, Megan, her and I ended up splitting up. It was a mutual decision. There's no hard feelings. It doesn't bother me at all. She was pretty dead set on the idea of wanting to get married and have kids and, you know, the whole shebang. And me, I don't want to have kids because, you know, I love my personal life and I love being able to do what I want when I want. And seeing how that has affected my brother's life, I could never have kids. Absolutely not. And then as far as getting married goes, I wouldn't mind getting married. It's just I'm not very trusting of relationships to go the distance. I've been scorned a few times over, and I'm really not interested unless it's like an absolute sure thing, like the most passionate, loving relationship you could ever want. You know, otherwise I'm just not up for getting married. At least not right now. And I guess the only other thing going on in my life, especially in the last almost week, it has really bothered the shit out of me. Around the same time, I guess before I even started dating this, before I started doing this whole YouTube thing, I was dating this girl, Marissa, who I used to work with at the casino. And this was at a different casino. And, okay, it was our sister casino. We had, the tribe I worked for had 2 casinos, and I transferred to the one that just closed. Okay, so at this other casino, yeah, I dated this girl, Marissa. And yeah, we dated for about 2 years. And it ended really bad, and that was mostly on me, because I'm fucking emotionally retarded. Yeah, I can admit that. I can really say and do a lot of stupid things when I'm under a lot of emotional stress. So I know it ended bad because of me. Well, the way things ended up after we broke up is, yeah, okay, you guys probably understand. I made a lot of stupid decisions. Anyway, so her and I, we never really talked much after the breakup. You know, it was really kind of quiet there for a couple months when we were still working together. Like, we didn't say anything to each other, period. For I remember a couple of months. And I remember the one, like, we didn't speak to each other, I think, from like February all the way to the end of April. Something like, but I remember the last time I ever talked to her, or like saw her for that instance, was I just said goodbye to her on my last day at the casino. And I just let it all out there. You know, I loved her and I still cared about her. And I just wanted to say goodbye to her properly, because I knew right then and there it'd probably be the last time I ever see her or talk to her. And that has been the truth. But then on a few days ago, you know, I wake up and I see this notification on my phone that I have Marissa added me on Snapchat. And I'm just like lost as shit. I couldn't understand, because in my mind, she's moved on, she wants nothing to do with you, and that's it. You accept it and you just go on with your life. And that's the way it's been. You know, and since her and I have transferred casinos, you know, I don't have a cell phone anymore. I blocked her on Facebook a long time ago, just for my own mental kind of health. So I don't want that stress of seeing her. You know, the last thing you want to do is just kind of doing your daily thing on Facebook and see shit involving her to bring you down. So I don't need that. And so really the only way for her to even get a hold of me anymore at this point, since she has no other way, would be through Snapchat. Which I even forgot I had, because I don't use that shit. So I'm just like flabbergasted. What the fuck is this? And, you know, so she added me as a friend, and it took me a while to think about it, but I returned the favor and added her as a friend. And it's really, really weird. And because I can see her Snapchat story. So to see her Snapchat story and see, you know, have a glimpse of her life and how much has changed since me, wow, it's really strange. Because, yeah, she's definitely changed a lot since her and I were together. I would never even know that's the same person I dated back in the day. But what bothers me so much is that I don't understand why. It's not like she's ever messaged me on there still, and I don't actually expect her to. I just don't understand why. You know, after all this time, it's been nearly 3 years. Why? So, you know, and I already told myself that when I left the casino, that was going to be the last time I ever see or talk to her. And not that I wouldn't be willing to, but I'm not going to actively pursue, a conversation with her because it just doesn't seem like it's worth the heartbreak for me. Because, I absolutely love that girl to death. I've never been more in love and care about somebody more than her, so it's been quite the little mindfuck for this week. And I'm just really curious as to know, like, what the hell, what's changed? I throw things on my Snapchat story, and she actually looks at them, which is weird. So, I really don't know what to think. It's really consumed my entire mind for a week. And it'll probably continue to be that way for a while. But, I think that's about it. I think that'll wrap up the KLX Boy life update and what's going on with the channel. I'll be throwing up some new content and stuff, more video games, and hopefully get some motorcycle content. I mean, I ride like a son of a bitch every day. I put like a minimum of about 100 miles a day on my KLX, and that thing actually has been running top tier this entire summer. Ever since I put in that manual cam chain tensioner, no transmission problems, no cam chain slap clatter. It's been everything I've always wanted it to be for the last 4 years, so that's been awesome. If you guys actually made it all the way through, thank you very much for listening to my sob story, and I will see you guys later for some more content. You guys have a good one.